35-year-old Mary has been brought into the ER by her sister with something bizarre lurking in her belly.
How are you? What are you doing?
She was eating some crackers, and then she felt that she swallowed something, but she didn't know what it was.
In fact, what she swallowed was part of her orthodontic braces.
She went to check herself in the mirror, and she saw that she didn't have the wire.
Everyone's very relaxed, but a sharp foreign body like this could potentially tear the lining of the intestine, leading to serious problems.
We didn't know it was gonna be like this serious.
Mary's had emergency x-rays, and the results clearly show the brace wire in her stomach. With the wire on a one-way trip through Mary's digestive tract, gastro specialist Dr. Nitzberg has been called in to tackle the problem quickly.
The main risk is the sharp end of the wire. It's not going to do much damage in the stomach, which is a fairly thick wall. But once it gets down into the small intestine, the wall is much thinner, and a small object like that can potentially make a hole, and that leads to serious infection and requires immediate surgery.
With the brace wire already in the stomach, doctors have less than 2 hours to remove it before it passes into the intestine. So it's a race against time to get the wire out.
You wear the same shirt.
To try to retrieve the brace, the doctors have a nifty bit of kit called an endoscope.
Basically, this is a fiber optic. It sends an image back to the TV and through a computer. So we'll be able to see everything through here. We can suction, wash, and clear things away. We can pass different types of tools through that to try and grab a piece of metal and bring it out.
Once Mary's been sedated so she can't feel a thing, the team can begin their tricky treasure hunt to find the wayward wire. Brace yourself, Mary. You're about to have a long tube fed down your throat.
This is for the esophagus.
They're into the stomach, which is where the wire was last spotted.
This is the top of the stomach right here, and the stomach is constantly contracting to move things out of the stomach, and it may have already done that.
But before they move the camera on, they need to do a thorough search of the stomach, although they soon come up against an unexpected obstacle, Mary's lunch.
Water for this to wash everything away, and then I'm suctioning the fluid back, trying to move the food around, and make sure there's nothing lying underneath it.
Those crackers aren't looking so tasty now.
I'm not seeing anything.
With no sign of anything in the stomach, the doctor moves on to the small intestine.
Once it passes through here, it goes very rapidly down, and the chances of recovering it are slim.
The doctors have just minutes to find the wire before it goes so deep into the gut that they'll lose it. And their endoscope can only reach 2 feet into the 20-foot-long intestine.
I've moved all this around, and there's nothing under here.
Time is ticking away. If they lose the wire now, it could pierce a hole in the intestine, leading to a life-threatening infection. But just as Dr. Nitzberg is about to retreat,
There it is.
a sighting is made.
Go in a little bit.
There's some food on the right, if that's what you were saying.
Look at the wire on the left. There it is.
Let's see if we can get it outside.
The wire may be located, but getting it out is a different matter. To make the retrieval, the team send a pair of forceps down the tube. But holding onto the brace for the entire journey out of Mary's body is as fiddly as trying to grab a prize teddy in a fairground arcade game.
Just give me the stuff up. I dropped it.
No, okay.
No, I don't. No, I dropped it.
But after 15 minutes of careful maneuvering, the team finally have success.
Sorry about that. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. I don't think so.
Right here, man.
You get it?
Right there.
Okay. Careful, don't cut yourself. Careful.
No, right there.
Good.
There it is.
With the race to find it going down to the wire, it's been a close call.
If the piece of wire had passed any further, it would have been out of reach of the endoscope, so we would not have been able to remove it, and at that point, possibly require surgical intervention.
So after a lucky escape, a relieved Mary can go home with a memento. along with an unusual new snapshot for her family album.
That's the picture of it. There's the wire. It's huge.
Hopefully she won't be munching on any more metal in the future.
They did a great job. That was awesome.
Didn't Discovery do a great job?